What can I say about our next presenter? For a start, she finds 24 hours very insufficient. So if you could lend her an hour or two, that would be very kind of you. She's very passionate about her kids and also acting. That's a clue. She's been on this stage a few times. One word that sums her up is caring. Please welcome to the stage the very caring Joelle Collins.
I am a mother. I am a wife. I work full-time. I am a chauffeur and a cheerleader to my children. And I suffer with depression. Now, I can get into my daily battles another time, but right now I want to speak to you about postpartum depression. September 2nd, 2004, I gave birth to two beautiful baby girls. There they are. I read all the books, I watched all the baby shows, and I was ready for these babies. So we bundled them up and we brought them home. Now what? I instantly felt overwhelmed. I felt so distant from these babies, and I remember thinking, how can I love you? I don't even know you. And my life became a very dark place. The days and the weeks turned into months, and I was barely recognizable. My entire body hurt. I was very social at one time, and I soon cut everybody out of my life. I couldn't even carry on a conversation with anybody without practically bursting into tears or completely forgetting what I was talking about. This was terrible. Now, over a decade later, I think back and I think of I'm so saddened by the life skills that I have taken away from my children because they deserve a mother. And I understand now the mother-child connection. I absolutely get it. And thinking back, I actually feel sick with anxiety going back to that place. Now, one of my daughters had some health issues, and we went to see a specialist, and the specialist told us that it's going to be a 15-minute procedure, in and out, and we'll be home that day. It wasn't that simple, and we weren't home that day. When they wheeled her out of the operating room, I had a little gray-blue baby sitting on the bed. And for 8 hours, my husband, myself, and a small team of nurses fought to get that little girl breathing. Now, eventually, she was stable, and I remember lying beside her crib, holding her little teeny tiny hand, listening to all the machines beeping and buzzing as they're connected to her body, and I prayed to God. I said, give me one more chance with her, and I promise that I will be the mother that my children truly need me to be. Now, whatever your beliefs are, I believe that this was my little glimmer of light at the end of my postpartum tunnel. Now, it's not a miracle story. I'm not going to tell you that I woke up and ta-da, I was not depressed anymore. It has taken a long time. I've asked for help from professionals, from family, from friends, and some understand and some don't, and that's okay. That is okay. Mental illness comes in so many different faces, just like physical illnesses. But unlike physical illnesses, mental illness still has that stigma, that embarrassment, the fear of reaching out for help. There is no embarrassment. Don't be afraid. There is so much help out there. Now, us Canadians, we are in the middle of a mental health crisis. We are no longer mothers or fathers, boss, employee. We are single parents. We are caregivers of our own parents. We are struggling business owners. We are faces of the community. And with everything piling on top of us, we still need to find time for our spouses, for our children, and for ourselves. And with everything teetering on you, what do you think gets let go of first? Of course, taking care of yourself. And that is the most important one that you need to do. Now, in my journey through this, I have found a simple balance, a physical, mental, social balance. This balance is what keeps you level. And now sometimes things tip more one way than the other, and that's okay. You take that time and you find your balance again. Now, if you feel that you're alone, if you feel as if you live in a dark tunnel and nothing is going to get better, I want you to stick it out, because your light will come. If not today, maybe tomorrow, and if not tomorrow, then definitely the next day. Hold on to that thought that that light will come for you, and eventually it will. Now, there's no school of happiness. There's no textbook telling you how to be happy. It is just an individual thing, because each one of us is different. We don't all deal with things the same way. Now, depression comes to you because you have that constant thought in your head of, this will not get any better. This will not get any better. Now, we need to change our thinking to, I got this. I have my balance. I got this. Reach out to somebody. Don't rush the steps. Take your time. And eventually, I want you to experience how truly wonderful life can be when you find your complete balance. Thank you.